Taehyung's stare was not intentionally cold. From his expression, it was obvious that he felt sorry for everything that happened to Jungkook. Jungkook got an accident because of Taehyung. Jungkook Hyung, I'm sorry. That was Jimin apologizing for being harsh to Jungkook. Now you see, I was saying the truth here. Namjoon Hyung, you can give him the car keys and that black card. Jungkook asked Namjoon. Jungkook, Namjoon, and Jin were eating their lunch when Jimin and Taehyung came to their room. Both of them were shocked to see Jin sitting on the wheelchair and Jungkook on the bed with bandage cover his head, his arm, and both of his legs. A few scars also could seen clearly on both Jin and Jungkook's skin. That was when the staring contest started. Taehyung was staring at Jungkook and Jungkook was also staring at Taehyung. Only God knows what was the two were thinking about. Taehyung looked down to the floor, avoiding Jungkook's gaze. Namjoon, who obviously the healthy one among the three of them, gave Jimin the car keys and the card just like his cousin Jungkook asked, and the drama began. My name is Namjoon and this is my boyfriend Jin. Namjoon said to Jimin and Taehyung, Jungkook is our beloved friend and we will not let anyone think bad about him. Now you got what you wanted. I don't need to show you the door, right? Or should I? Jungkook will quit the job. But Aniva said that. Jungkook stopped Namjoon and asked him, also in shock. I mean, you can't work with this condition of yours, Jungkook. If Kim family still want you to be their driver, you can work for them once you fully heal. But I don't think they want you anymore. I can search another job for you, Jungkook, Namjoon said, grinning and winking playfully. Taehyung bit his lower lips and he continuously blinking his eyes because Taehyung could feel that his tears would come anytime out of his eyes. They didn't want to cry, but all this conversation they couldn't hold it anymore. His eyes started to drip the tears moment by moment, and the salty drop fall from his eyes and rolling down to Taehyung's cheeks. Taehyung, why are you crying? Jimin asked, confused. Taehyung was about to open his mouth, but when he looked up and met all the eyes looking at him, they lost his confidence to continue to talk. Instead, they took his tab and typed something before show it to them. Can I talk to Jungkook for a minute? Taehyung, right. Namjoon and Jin sent an understanding gaze towards Jungkook while grinning playfully. Meanwhile, Jimin whispered something to Taehyung. What do you mean by talking, Taehyung? You mean talking, like really talking? Jimin whispered to Taehyung in disbelief. Of course, Jimin would be happy if Taehyung is really gonna talk again and finally came out of his hiding. But at the same time, Jimin would be all jealous because the one who would listen to Taehyung's voice for after a long time was not him, but Jimin went out as per wish of Taehyung. Jimin, Namjoon and Jin went out from the room and left Taehyung and Jungkook alone to talk. Jungkook was only looking at Taehyung, who stood far from Jungkook. Taehyung was looking at the floor like it was the most interesting thing that they ever seen. But Jungkook understood. Jungkook gave him the time Taehyung needed to be comfortable to talk. Finally, after 5 minutes of silence, Taehyung's shaky voice broke the silence. I'm sorry. They started to sob and didn't dare to lift his head to look at Jungkook. Meanwhile, Jungkook, he was shocked to see Taehyung suddenly cried in front of him, and Jungkook didn't like Taehyung is in tears. Looking at Taehyung's ears, Jungkook could feel there was a rawness in Taehyung's tears. like every drops of his tears was a pain of an open wound. If only Jungkook could walk right now, he would be definitely walk to Tae and pull him into his embrace. Taehyung tried to hold back his tears, but the tears falling down betrayed Taehyung. Without a sigh of stopping, the muffled sobs bragged against his chest. Taehyung closed his eyes. He didn't know what was the tears coming from, but they just felt hurt. Without knowing the reason, Taehyung felt sorry for everything. Probably his tears were a sigh of how much Taehyung felt obliged for the two strangers that got hurt because of Taehyung. Taehyung, can you come closer to me? I can't walk to you, Jungkook finally said, as he can't see Taehyung's tears anymore. Taehyung finally looked up and made Jungkook smile. There was something in Jungkook's smile that made Tae a bit calm. He walked to the bed with smaller steps, and Jungkook waited patiently again until Taehyung could reach to him. Taehyung got startled when a hand touched his arm, and then Tae was pulled in a warm embrace. Jungkook's arm wrapped around Taehyung's slender waist. Don't cry, I don't like to see you cry, Jungkook said, and Taehyung tried to stop his sob immediately, but what Jungkook didn't expect that Taehyung will wrap his arm around Jungkook's neck gently and hug Jungkook while keep muttering sorry like a whisper. It felt uncomfortable to hug someone when you stood up while the other one sat down, but both of them could feel the warmness from each other's hug. Even none of them feel awkward, even though they just met each other for a couple of times. Weird, I feel familiar towards him. Was them my sibling or my best friend in my past life? Jungkook thought while enjoying the feeling of warmness from Taehyung. Time escaped Jungkook's POV at 9 p.m. We were gathered in Jin's private room for chatting, playing game and eating, and it looked like we were not in hospital room but at some vacation. We also got scolded by the doctors, who is Yoongi's uncle, because we were being too loud. Yoongi, can you change the channel? You have been watching this drama for hours already, I said to Yoongi, who is currently eating apple. While watching TV, he brought a basket full of fruits for me and Jin, but Yoongi is the one who finished it. He is really here to visit us. Don't waste, don't want is the episode marathon. Why? That's why it is playing 3 episodes straight. It will end in few minutes. Youngie said while eyes focus on TV. Is it fun? What is drama about? Namjoon asked while massaging Jin's back. It's a cute drama. It's about a guy who pretending to be ill just to stay next to the girl he is secretly in love. And the girl Yoongi was telling the story. That's not cute, I said, interrupted his explanation about the drama. It's a pitiful drama, I said, and Yoongi just asked with me before focusing back, watching the cute drama he just mentioned. So the guy pretending to be sick so that he can stay close to with the girl he is in love. That guy is so coward. Why don't he just confess? I voiced my curiosity. He has his own reasons. Don't say anything about it if you haven't watched the drama from episode 1. Yoongi said, and I threw the pillow at his lap towards me, and I returned the pillow, throwing back at him. Hey, don't fight, Hobby said, frustrated because of our childish behavior. Even with my one arm got bandaged, Youngie would still not spare me. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door, and the door opened with Taehyung. Jimin stood at the doorstep. He came inside the room. They came inside the room, and both were looking at us one by one. Hi, Jimin said awkwardly and put the flower and fruits he brought on the beside table. The nurse said that you are at Jin's room. I came to meet you with my grandpa and Tiangi. Jimin said to me, "What, Mr. Kim is here?" I asked Jimin in shock. Oh my god, if he came inside the room and recognized Jin's face, it will be the end of me. I shouldn't let him enter this room. Um, Guys, I will go back to my room now. Good night. Let's go, Jimin. Thangi, I said and moved to my wheelchair to them. Um, I yelped in pain as I stopped in front of Taehyung. I hurt my hand. Can you help me push the wheelchair? I asked, looking up at Taehyung, who was too shocked because of my request, but then Ted nodded his head before he walked behind me and pushed the wheelchair. When we were about to walk out of the room, I heard my friends were too noisy talking about the drama. Whoa, this drama is so unbelievable. The main actor is really a coward. I heard Hobie said, told you that drama was not a cute drama like what Yogi said. You're right, Hobie. He should just confess. Don't need to pretend to be sick to get close to the one he loves. I heard Namjoon said that, but what's wrong with this sudden uncomfortable feeling inside me, which felt like someone was bad mouthing about me? I know, right? Who knows? Maybe the girl also loves him. Yoongi said it purposely, raising his voice once Taehyung and Jimin and I went out from the room. What a coward guy. Can we watch cartoon instead? Jimin Jin said that, and when Taehyung closed the door, I saw all of my best friends were looking at me with their sleepiest grin and looking at their stupid grin. Finally, I realized they were definitely mocking at me since I pretended like I can't even move my arm when in fact there was nothing serious with my arm. Time escaped Father's baby, so Jungkook was back in Kim's house, and the old man said that he and his grandson will take care of Jungkook until he was fully healed. Since Jimin told his grandpa that Jungkook had an accident because he was on his way to help Taehyung, the old man insisted that he would take care of Jungkook because he felt guilty even though the old man did nothing wrong. Jungkook felt sudden heartwarming feeling from how the family treated him, and Jungkook began to feel guilty for lying to them about his real identity. Days passed and it has been 3 months. Jungkook was already fully healed and he began his job as a driver after rest for 3 months due to his injured leg, and for the past 3 months Taehyung was avoiding Jungkook. Jungkook didn't know what he did wrong, but Taehyung was avoiding giving a cold shoulder to Jungkook. Whenever Jungkook saw Taehyung and tried to talk to him, Taehyung would not reply any of his questions and just ignore Jungkook. And then when Jungkook asked for help, Taehyung once again would ignore him like Jungkook was invisible. But in night it was different. Taehyung is the one who need help, and Jungkook would gladly be there beside Taehyung so that Taehyung feels safe and do not have nightmare. I hate you. I wish you are dead. Taehyung's body trembled due to the bad dream and then cold sweat ran down Taehyung's forehead, and soon he saw a plane crash in his nightmare. The He woke up from his horrible dream and hid his trembling body under his blanket like it was the safest place on the earth. Taehyung started sobbing and he cried while tried hard not to remember about the bad dream. Suddenly Taehyung felt a hand on top of him gently rubbing on his head, and it made Taehyung to move frequently. Gripping the blanket tightly, Taehyung was praying to God to keep him safe until he heard the soft and gentle voice. Taehyung, it's me. Jungkook. They stopped moving and he peeked at Jungkook. Even though the room was still dark, but Taehyung could saw clearly the shining eyes that were shine under the moonlight. The eyes looked at Taehyung with gentle smile and made Taehyung calm down, and then the touch made Taehyung feel safe and secure. Taehyung slowly crawled and sat beside Jungkook, and that made Jungkook stunned by his move. Jungkook stood up from the bed and Taehyung pouted. He wanted Jungkook to be closer to him, but Taehyung didn't dare to say it out. But it turned out that Jungkook wanted to take something from the table, and then Jungkook came and sat beside Taehyung again. Jungkook wiped the tissue off the contour of Taehyung's eyes, and that when Taehyung finally realized that he was crying and he is still right now. Are you having a bad dream again? Jungkook asked softly, and Taehyung nodded. Sleep. I will be here with you. You don't have to be afraid, Jungkook said with his warm smile. Taehyung started to feel sorry. The reason he gave Jungkook a cold shoulder was because he was embarrassed by the fact that Jungkook knew about his weakness. But right now, at this moment, every time they had a nightmare, Jungkook was the only one who would be there to keep Taehyung safe. I will be sleep on the couch, Jungkook said after took Taehyung to the bed. When they turned to his right side, he saw Jungkook, who is currently lie down on the couch while smiling at Taehyung intensely, and that made him blush. Then Taehyung quickly shifted his position to his left side and still could feel Jungkook's eyes on himself, and he couldn't sleep with this feeling. Soon the stare suddenly disappeared, and when they looked towards Jungkook, Jungkook already fallen asleep. Jungkook looked so comfortable, even when Taehyung knew sleeping on couch was not comfortable at all, and Tae was confused as why Jungkook still treated Taehyung good when the next morning Taehyung still would give a cold shoulder to Jungkook. Taehyung got down from bed, tiptoed quietly to go to the cupboard and to take out an extra blanket. Then he walked to Jungkook and placed the blanket on Jungkook. Taehyung came back to his bed and lay down facing Jungkook, and again he ended up having a peaceful night and sleep because of Jungkook. To be continued. Do you think the love is blossom between them? And what is Taehyung's past? What will Jungkook do to what will Taehyung do when he came to know about Jungkook's real identity? We will get to know this all in future episodes. I hope you will love it. Comment it down whatever you feel about the episode. Bye bye.